One other place that I want to turn your attention to is this website here, qtptutorial.net/automation-practice. This page is going to become your best friend for learning automated software testing with whatever tool. It's still a baby and it's still growing, but we are constantly adding new elements to this page to make it amazing for you guys so that you can actually practice multiple types of different automation testing techniques on different web elements. So for example, you can practice identification using HTML properties. You can practice simple controls. There's different advanced controls. There's scenarios. There's XPath help. There's identifying non-unique objects, playing videos, and we're going to continue to add more and more to this over time. So it's going to become an extensive library that you're going to be able to use to practice your automated software testing. So come here, enjoy. It's all free. Just come to this link and access it and do what you want. So why I brought this page up is because we need to talk about HTML a little bit. Yes, I know that we're not developers, but we are automation engineers, and we need a little bit of knowledge just about HTML to understand it and so that we can do our jobs better. So HTML, many of you may know, many of you may not, is what holds the contents of this web page. In fact, it holds the contents of all the web pages. And you guys can see when I press F12 of my Chrome WebDriver tools, I get this thing here. And inside of that, I can see the entire HTML document. This is just a simple file, and inside of that live all of our elements, right? As you guys can see, as I hover over each of these elements, we get different stuff highlighted in the page. Scripts aren't going to do anything. Images. And so this is what represents the web page. When it gets rendered by the engine, it displays this because it reads this text. Just like with C#, we write code, and then when the compiler executes that code, it knows what to do because it understands that code. And so that's HTML. We don't really need to dig in any deeper, but we do need to look at a few things about HTML. So HTML has what we call tags, and these tags, they enclose some content. And tags, they usually come in pairs. There's a start tag and an end tag. The only difference between the start tag and the end tag is this line right here. But you can see that it's the exact same string, and then with a /, this tells it that it's the end tag. So let's take a look at our website for that example. I actually brought up the same site here in Firefox just because it's a little bit more user-friendly with Firebug here. And then when pressing F12, it opens developer tools, and that gives me access to Firebug. And then I can do cool things like this, like select which element I want to work with. So for example, if I click on this one, in the HTML, all this stuff leads to this element which is highlighted. And you can see when I highlight over it in the HTML, it also highlights in the web page, okay? And so you guys can see here, input is the tag, and it's closed by another input tag. But you can see here in shorthand, you can also do this. So it opens with this caret and closes with a / caret. For the form, for example, you can see that's another tag. Form is the tag, start tag, and then this is the end tag. And so inside of this form, we have an element. We also have many divs, right? You can see if I hover over this div, in yellow, we have some stuff that live inside of this div, and that is the content. So this div, this form, this input, these are all called tags.